Okay, fine. Everyone in my Discord, everyone in my comments keeps saying, Hopeless, you've been playing Danny's World long enough. Dude, you need to make your first ranking video. We need your opinion on how good Toons are. Fine. I'll do it. As a Skibbity man, everyone knows how important my opinion is. My opinion matters a lot. So let's get it going. And obviously there's 5 tiers. A lot of videos that I've seen where people have ranked Toons, they don't use C or D tier. We're using C and D tier. And I'm just going to start off hot. I'm going to start off hot. We're going to start with Pebble. I'm going straight in S tier. Pebble is going to be the first main Toon that I get for myself. Pebble, as far as Distractor goes, he is S freaking tier. It does not get better than Pebble. My guy has the ability to distract twists nearby to his locations. So literally he has a built-in item in his character. You know, like the air horn? He has that. He also has a passive ability where he's able to find items, which is great for him because he, among more than anyone else, is going to constantly need to have healing. He needs healing. He only has 2 hearts, but he needs healing. But with a 5-star movement speed and a 4-star stamina, bro is actually the GOAT. He should stay away from machines at all costs. Up next on the list, I'm going to rank Tegan. This one might be controversial. I'm going to put Tegan in C. If we have to fill out the entire list, I think Tegan belongs in C tier. And let me explain. When you go in a game, no one really says they need a Tegan. No one really says you can't use Tegan. They have overall really good stats, except their ability is kind of just mid. I mean, obviously being able to heal yourself is fantastic, but at that point, wouldn't you rather just have Cosmo? Essentially, in my opinion, Tegan's just a more selfish Cosmo, but if you're playing by yourself, Tegan is probably going to be a generally good Toon to pick. Coming up next, we're just gonna keep firing off hot and making people mad. Toodles goes straight in D tier. Someone has to go there, and I think you guys have to agree. If there's not really a bad Toon, Toodles is the closest thing to that. Toodles stats are kind of just meh. When your main stat is stealth, are you really that good? Like, it's a really good first playthrough Toon, but after that, it's not great, and its ability literally says beginner's luck. It boosts a random stat for 10 seconds. That's just, it's not good. Toodles is D tier, guys. Come on. Up next, we're gonna do another main Toon. I'm gonna go ahead and pop Shelly straight in A tier. And while I pop her in A tier, I feel like this is a 2 for 2, a Jabberino Bacino. If Shelly's A, Finn is CD. I'm gonna say he's like D plus. Okay, and let me explain this. Shelly is a Toon that you're gonna want on your team. You want Shelly. Shelly can boost the extraction speed of a selected Toon by 75% for 15 seconds, which is huge, because in that 15 seconds, you can easily finish a machine. And the cooldown's only a minute, which is kind of long, but it's basically like a guaranteed machine, very fast. And every single time a Toon or anyone completes a machine, they get a speed boost. And hold on, let me go on over to Finn. What does Finn do? Oh, he gets a movement speed when a machine is completed. His is just a little bit faster. Their stats are, how different are their stats? Shelly's stats are great for generators. That massive skill check aura, she's going to be hitting great skill checks, like, with her eyes closed. And in my opinion, Finn is a character that doesn't really know who he is. He doesn't really know if he's a distractor or an extractor. He's just kind of there. You know, he's a placeholder. You play him only for his mastery. That's who Finn is. Okay, moving on. I'm not gonna explain this. Okay, moving on to Roger. Roger, in my opinion, is like the keystone B tier Toon. He is just a solid B tier. I don't think anyone will ever argue about Roger being a B tier. Some maybe argue C plus. Some may argue A-. B is perfect. Completely mediocre stats, but he's the best at what he does, and that's getting research and capsules from encountering Twisteds. So on new updates, new Toons release, you want to master someone, Roger is your guy. Literally, he is the best for getting research. Actually, in game, he's okay, meh. But just that passive ability is amazing. It's amazing. It might be debatably, in the way it works, the best passive ability in all of Dandy's World. I don't think this is a hot take. I think y'all should agree with me. Let's move on. Next up, we got Boxin, and it's just straight C tier. Boxin is just kind of meh. You know, he's meh. He's not bad. He's not great. He's perfectly balanced, just as all things should be. And he's only good when your team's good, right? Whenever everyone's alive, if you have a full 8-stack, Boxton's great. You know, he does his job. He goes on the machine, and he does it. The only problem is he doesn't have a great skill check, and he doesn't have a great extraction speed. So he's, like, not a super ideal extractor. Not bad. Just he's a lesser extractor. You know, coming up next, probably more D tiers than you guys were expecting. Poppy. Poppy's a D tier. She's the worst Boxton, essentially. She's the worst Boxton. When you start the game, you have the choice of either Poppy or Boxton. Basically, Boxton being the extractor, Poppy being the distractor, the worst distractor in the game, right? Not fast movement speed, not fast stamina. So, and the speed boost, you only get it after you're attacked. So you have to be bad to get a boost for 3 seconds. It's not good. It's not good. Okay. The price is right on this Toon. Everyone wants her on your team, and I'm talking about Tisha. I need a tissue. I need a Tisha. Tisha is definitely A tier in my opinion. She would be B+ tier even if she could only buff one Toon, but no. She can create a pulse that increases the movement speed of Toons around her by 25%. That's great for everyone. As soon as you get off the elevator, you get a little bit of a boost, or you're getting chased, or you're, you know, maybe a Tisha's close to you and you're the distractor. She hits you at that, and it gives you just a little bit of a breathing room that you need. That, and she's a bargain price of 500 Iker. Are you kidding? It doesn't get much better than that. That one might be a hot take. Tisha is A, in my opinion. I don't know. Love me, hate me, do whatever. Next up, we got Brittany, or Brittany. Brittany is just C tier for one factor alone. Her ability is so situational, it sucks, but she is overall a pretty solid extractor. 4-star extraction speed's pretty good, so you're not gonna really complain with that. You wish her skill checks were a little bit bigger, but if you hit your skill checks, you're pretty good. It's just a, you know, it's a good support Toon. You don't hate having her on your team, so that's why she belongs in C tier. Coming up next, no surprises here, it's another main Toon going in S tier. Sprout's going straight into S tier. I don't think I have to explain it, really. Her passive abilities alone get it for her. She's also just a great distractor. Movement speed of 4 stars and stamina of 5. Hello. Plus, her passive ability lets her see all the other, like, life that other Toons have, so she can go heal them for 100 tapes, which really is not a lot. It's just the cooldown's what's annoying. But imagine always being able to heal someone. Amazing. You could have a whole team of Sprouts. It's insane. Not really, though, because you would be bad at extracting. But half a team of Sprouts would be really good. She's just the way better Cosmo. The way better Cosmo. The Cosmo you would want. Regardless of that, I'm jealous of anyone that has Sprout. I want Sprout so bad. SSS. Coming up next is a little bit biased. It's Razzle and Dazzle. I do want to do this. It is my list. I could do this. But Dazzle's just not good enough. Razzle and Dazzle, in my opinion, it's my favorite character. It's a mixed bag of goodies. It's the most fun character to play, or most fun Toon to play, in my opinion. Just super mid stats. It's just fun, right? Like, the Toon is just really fun to play as, and that's my only justification. But you split between playing as Razzle and Dazzle on each floor. One floor you move faster, but you suck at extractions. The other floor you're really good at extractions, but you move the speed of a slug. It's really bad. Dazzle is pretty bad. But Razzle's great. Yeah. So, B. I'm not gonna explain it too much because I know I'm getting cooked in the comments. Okay, moving on. Coming up next, I got Goobert. Goobert's going in A tier. Goobert is an A in my opinion. One, because he's just so darn cute. But B, who doesn't like having a goob on your team? When it's a mad dash of getting to the elevator and you need to get yoinked on in there, what better support is there than getting a goob? I mean, he's a terrifying Twisted, but not when he's on your team. Not only that, but he actually is a very good distractor too. He's a good distractor early on. Like, if you want to be a distractor and you're working your way up to, like, I don't know, Pebble or something, it's a good Toon to just run for a while because it's a fun. He's a fun Toon. Really fun Toon, good at what he does, and he helps out your team. That is just a solid A tier, dude. Coming up next on the list is gonna be Flutter, and Flutter is a solid B tier. Flutter is just overall a solid distractor. Her ability is okay. It guarantees basically not getting hit for a very short amount of time. But past that, she's just good because 4-star movement speed's great. 4-star stamina is phenomenal. Everything else is just kind of mid. Pretty solid Toon. If you wanted a distractor, you're never going to be that mad having a Flutter. So it's just a B. It's just a good distractor, you know? Oh, I'm getting crowded right now. I should change lobbies. I'm going to leave. Where was I? I got completely distracted. And then there are 5 Toons left. Can this ad get off my screen? Hello? Thank you. Jeez Louise. Get off my screen! I'm about to get into a war with Google. Look, when I zoom in, it comes back. I'm going to fight someone. All right, we're slightly zoomed out. Deal with it. Coming up next is Cosmo. And considering how low some of these characters are, some of you guys are going to hate where I put Cosmo. Cosmo, in my opinion, is B. I think Cosmo is B. I'm sorry. I just love the idea of the support role in the Toon. It's actually the first Toon that I mastered. I did it on live stream. It was super fun. I wish I had more time to play more. Her extraction sucks. Her extraction is terrible. But her stamina makes up for it. But it's like Finn, where it's a mixed bag, where it's like the Toon doesn't really know what they are. But who doesn't love just a Toon that sacrifices yourself for you? Like having Sprout, like let's say Sprout has her ability, they give it to Cosmo, and then Cosmo can just give his heart to someone else. You know what I mean? It's kind of a weird, convoluted thing that I just explained. But in my opinion, Cosmo, they're fun. Who doesn't like Cosmo? B tier, come on. The Master Hider. Some people might hate this one, but I'm going to put Astro at super high A tier. Like super high A tier. Like A+, maybe C-. And the only reason is I do think that Astro might have the like very best abilities in the game. I think these abilities right here, you know, these ones, nap time and well rested, where you generate stamina 50% faster, insane. And you can basically fully res all the stamina of every Toon next to you. Insane is really good. But the problem is, his stats are kind of bad. Like, I think Stealth, in my opinion, is the least relevant stat. And when you have a 5-star of it, does it really matter? You're a great support Toon. But you're not really distracting, and you're also not really going to be extracting either. So, he's good because of his abilities, right? Okay, glad we're on the same page. Moving on. I'm going to do Glisten. Now, Glisten could go here, or Glisten could go here. You can make an argument for both. I am just going to put it upper B. I'm going to put it upper B. And let me explain. I think Glisten is extremely good. I think it's one of the best and easiest extractors to get in the game. But like, if he would be A tier if he had literally just 3-star skill check. I think 3-star skill check would make all the difference in the world. But his ability is super unique. Especially, like, because his speed isn't super fast. If he's completing the last machine all the way across the map, he can just, like, jet. He can just teleport to the elevator and be fine, which is fantastic. The 5-star extraction is whack. It's whack. It's amazing, and that's what puts him up so high, in my opinion. Fun character, fun Toon, pretty good. Coming up next, probably the best extractor in the game is V, so we're going to put that straight in S tier. Who was surprised that all of the main Toons are S and A tier, right? So, V also has a 5-star extraction speed with a skill check of 4. So, absurd. They have absolutely donkey doo-doo stamina and movement speed. So, Pocket Astro maybe? But no. The mic check is it's okay. It just highlights all the twists on the floor for 5 seconds, which is good. Whenever you're trying to like point out the Toons to like Pebble or like a lower level distractor like Goob or something, that's great. Having the ability to just know where the machines are at all times is huge, especially when you get on the higher floors and there's 20 extractors on each floor. You need it like that. It's great. Best extractor in the game. Insane. S tier. Coming in last, well, not last, but like the last that I'm gonna rank is Scraps. And Scraps is an upper C. C is a weird Toon, or C. Scraps is a weird Toon. Scraps could be better, but they're just not for some reason. Like, you see 5-star stamina and you go, oh my gosh, that's so good. And then you look 1 tier above and see its movement speed's 2. It's a cat. Why is she so slow? Why does Goob move so much faster than his sister? you know? And the ability is kind of, it's cool, it's quirky, it's fun. It's like, you know, the inverse of Goob, which is cool. You save yourself when you need to get into the elevator, but you're not extracting, and you're really not distracting because your movement speed sucks. There are ways around it, but it's okay. It's an okay Toon. It's not great. So, take one last look at this. This is going to be my tier list. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this list, what you would change. If you hate it, if you love it, let me know. You guys were begging me to do this. This is the only correct tier list. I'm just kidding. I haven't used half these Toons. I have played with all of them, though, and that is my own personal opinion. So, either way, without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below what you want to see more of, and join the meme Discord to send me your memes. Okay, bye!